This is the ancient Tarot of Lombardy. This is from Lo Scarabeo. This deck was originally created in 1810 by a gentleman named Mr. Gumppenberg. Mr. Gumppenberg did this. This is neoclassical. Around the time of shortly after Napoleon. And it's a very interesting neoclassical deck. It's very beautiful. It's very, very soft. It has a quiet quality to it. So if you can appreciate old tarot decks like that, well, this is one you might be interested in. Hey, this is typical Lo Scarabeo card size, just a little bit more narrow than a standard tarot card. And the backs are very nice. Okay. So, well, we might as well begin. We have the Fool and the Magician, but the Magician is apparently like a traveling salesperson. And the wares he's hawking perhaps are in that box, or he could be a magician, and the tricks he uses as an entertainer are in that box. So it could go either way, but you be the judge of that. If it comes up in a reading, you can use a sales guy or you can use a magician in that. Okay, then we have the High Priestess and the Empress. Lovely. And we have the Emperor and the Hierophant. Notice the gentleman before the Pope's feet there, kneeling all the way down. The Lovers and the Chariot. Beautiful Chariot card. A lot of Roman elements in this card also. We have Justice at 8 and the Hermit. Notice the snake here on the Hermit. Could be a sign of divine energy. And we have the Wheel and Strength. And in lieu of a female, we have a male figure here, quite muscular. I believe it to be Hercules or Samson or some other Roman person. So I think that's who it is. I read something about this deck where that's what they thought it was. So I agree with that. Interesting wheel card also. Hey, we have the Hanged Man and Death. Death with just a cloak draped over him. We have Temperance and the Devil. Devil looks very human-like. Temperance has 3 jugs, one on her shoulder and 2 below. Okay, we have an interesting Tower card here. We have a standalone structure here that is undamaged, has a door at the base. No lightning bolt, no people falling out of it, just kind of a bland tower. So interesting. This deck is really quite passive though, if we study these cards. It's a very not in your face, violent, or anything like that. It's just a very passive deck. Hey, we got our Moon and our Star. I mean, a Moon and the Sun card. Pretty much classic cards here. So the Moon and the Sun. And we have Judgment in the World. In Judgment, we have people rising out of flames, it looks like. I don't know if they were in purgatory, a hell or something, and they're rising up. Something to do with religion. Okay, here we have the World. Okay, our suit of wands, the Ace and the 2. This is a pip deck, but the pips are very nice, and I like the fact that Lo Scarabeo didn't put all different words of the titles all over the borders of the cards. They just left this simple. And the borders are much better without all that different language stuff on them. Okay, the 5 and 6, 7 and 8 of wands, and the 9 and 10. Okay, we got our page and our knight. Several of the knight cards have the back of the horse. I don't know why, but that's just the way they are. And the queen and king. Okay, we have an ace of cups and the 2. Beautiful ace over here. Mr. Gumppenberg name is at the bottom of the card. The 3 and 4. The 5 and 6 of cups. The 7 and 8. And the 9 and 10. Okay. Have our page and our knight. And the queen and king. Moving on to coins, we have our ace and our 2. The 3 and 4. The 5 and 6. Seven and 8. And 9 and 10. We have our page and our knight. And the queen and king. You can see the softness in this deck. There's a tenderness to it. Okay, moving on to swords, our ace and our 2. Looks like a tax stamp, maybe. I think that's what it is. The 3 and 4. Five and 6. 7 and 8. And 9 and 10. And the page and the knight. And the queen and king wraps it up. I think this is a very special neoclassical deck. I'm glad I got it. I had to get it on eBay because it's been out of print for so long. But also there's somebody at Etsy sells a handmade deck with larger cards. But you can Google it on Etsy and you can get see what I'm talking about there. But anyways, well, I think it's a nice deck to own, and I like the softness of it, as I said, and it's very pleasant on the eyes. It's a very beautiful deck. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching.